There's a misconception around the investments for people. So people tend to think they can make a lot of money on a relative short period of time, which is not impossible, but it's unlikely. So people shouldn't really be considering to go into this path to actually make money in a matter of months. Realistically, people should be thinking about making money in 5 to 10 years. And essentially, you don't have to make a big shift. It's only about the money that you don't need on the long term. All you have to do is put that money into investments instead of having it sitting on your bank account. So it's not like you're going to shift your whole life with this. You don't have to. All you need is to keep living the life you are today, keep yourself in your work. Pretty much everything remains the same. And instead of having the money you don't need in the bank, you just use an investment fund and you allocate your money there. And if you throughout this time keep having more money that you don't need, you just allocate more to the investment fund as well. So every part of your money that you don't need on the long term, so let's say money that you're unlikely to need in 5 years, you're not using all of that money that you have. So you just put aside on the investment fund, and you don't even have to be aware of anything else. People just overthink about this and think they have to be very aware of how the money is behaving there. You really don't. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about the companies to do well or not. Because let's be real here. You have if you have a job, you're not really worried about the state of the company you are working for. As long as the company doesn't go bust, you're not aware of how the things are internally. You don't know. And the same thing goes for your bank. You have your money in your bank, and you have no idea if the bank is fine or if it's about to actually go bankrupt because of some irregular financial situation inside the bank itself. So, why are we considering all of these concerns on investments when they do already exist in the system you are living on and you don't even think about them in the first place? So, again, media really makes you worry a lot when people have investments. But if you think about the worries that they are setting out, you realize it's no different from your current situation. You know, for example, people have this idea that it's very risky to actually start their own company. It's not like they have to, they don't. But the risk is the same if you're working for any other people company. Like, they can just go bust anyways, you know? Okay, you may say, I don't have any understanding around the space, so I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to manage money, because most people really don't. That's the truth. There's the big majority of people, they're living paycheck to paycheck. So it doesn't matter how much they get, they just keep spending whatever they have in the bank. So this is why it's important to actually self-regulate ourselves when it comes to our finances and what we have as money. Because I mean, you can be living like this, but you can change your life if you change your behavior today. And maybe if you just keep saving a little bit of the money instead of spending it all, in 5 to 10 years, You save a little bit from each month and you invest it, and then after this time you don't have to work anymore because your investments can make enough money for you to get a payment just like you were working. So then you can have the option of just duplicating your wealth that you get per month by working and the investments, or you just stop to work and just keep yourself into the investments and you set yourself free 8 hours per day, 5 days per week, and you can shift your life. You can do way different things. You can just like recreate your life essentially because we are binded into this regular life situation that most people have. We don't really think about a different life because we think it's the way it's supposed to be and has to be this way. But the truth is, there's a way out, there's another option. So again, people can do whatever they want. But I think having options in your life more than you have today, it's always good because even if you're not aware, you can transform your life in such a way that today you may not even see that. But with time, as you intend to make things different for you, you realize you can make a huge change in your life. And that can impact the quality of life you're living on a very big way. And you can have a way different perspective around everything. Or you can just realize all that free time you actually are willing to just do something you like. And maybe you had no time to do now because you don't have that much time free for yourself. So, yeah, it comes out to this. You can just unlock your freedom the same way we're technically were having as kids, which in fact is not even true because as kids we have to go to school even if we don't want to. Actually, that was a big problem for me when I was a kid because I never enjoyed the school. I was always asking to my parents what was the purpose of the school and why I needed to be there. And I never got a proper good answer. So, yeah, I think as adults, we can just manage our way to have a total different life from most people may think it's possible. But again, it's something that may be different or hard for people to understand because we are born and as we start to have conscious around everything, we're kind of binded into a life that is set up for us. So you have to go to the school as a kid, and then you just keep going your path, studying till the time that you actually are supposed to be working. And since you're born in throughout like 18, 20 years, 20 something years, it depends how long you study, you're kind into this path that it seems like it's only one way option. But the truth is, it's not. In fact, there's some kids that I watch sometimes on social media, kids that are actually very young, 15, 16, 18. Those kids actually find their way into starting their own businesses. And these guys are particularly gifted. They just start to make millions off like 1 year of starting a project because they're just gifted, that's true. It's not for everyone to actually be able to do such thing. But in fact, I mean, if you start a business and in certain parts of the world, you can actually have a big chunk of money coming in a matter of months, as long as you believe it's possible, of course. That's the first step. Because if you never believe, it's impossible for you to actually start something. So it all comes to the possibilities that we have and we are aware. Most people are discarding this option of setting themselves free. They just put it to the side. They never pick that up to think, well, maybe there's something here. Maybe I could just take a look. I could be one more person that works for just 5 to 10 years and then don't have to work anymore. When you start this path, you don't really see an end to it. You don't see how you're going to get there. But as long as you keep going, you do your small steps, you focus yourself on either making more money or making the same amount in less time. That's what I've done till the point that I just remove myself from the equation. But yeah, this takes some time. But part of the process is not really ourselves that are just finding everything. Sometimes you just get an idea, like out of nowhere. You get an idea that actually allows you to make a step further into the direction you want to go. Or a person that just says something to you, makes you realize something that you can do as well to optimize yourself or optimize your life. So, yeah, things really take its time, but as long as you have your conscious in the place that you want to go, you will get there. And it's not really a hard thing to do. People think it's hard. You know what is hard? Hard is for you to be an employee for 40 years and never make enough money for yourself. That's hard. That's something that I always thought I don't want to my life. And that's why I was so focused on getting an alternative for myself. Again, it's about exploring the possibilities, and of course that for you to get an idea of the things you can and have to change to just improve your situation, the best is to go to the people that already made it, the people that have the lives you want to achieve. They will tell you ways that you can get there, and that can help you, of course. But remember then, throughout all their life experiences, everyone tends to have a slight different path, a unique path on their own. So you're not really scouting out for information to copy someone because your path is unique. What you may enjoy to do, what may make sense for you, may not make for others. What I've done may not be really interesting for a lot of people. It really depends on what people want and what people like. But the freedom part, I would say it's something that pretty much everyone would like to have. At least feel like it's an option for you to decide the life that you are living today, instead of thinking that you get no choice.